Everybody poops, but poop has always been disgusting to us. However, it is more than just a final stage of your digestion process. Your poop can impact your health in many ways. Poop can also save lives, create energy, and has even reached Mount Everest and even the moon. Don't believe us? Watch this video to find out 11 bizarre facts about poop we bet you didn't know. Men and women poop differently. Men and women have different anatomical structures, so it makes sense that their digestive tracts work differently. Women have wider pelvises than men, as well as extra internal organs such as the uterus and ovaries. As a result, women's colons hang lower than men's and are longer. Men can also pass stool more easily than women. Food takes longer to travel through the bodies of most women, which makes them more susceptible to bloating, while men are quite regular. Poop is typically brown. The color of your poop is a result of a chemical called stercobilin. This chemical enters your poop through two ways. Firstly, it could enter as a byproduct of the hemoglobin in broken down red blood cells, and secondly, from bile, the fluid secreted into your intestines to help digest fat. In a person with an ideally functioning digestive system, the color of poop is brown, like chocolate. If stercobilin is absent, the poop would be gray or whitish in color. Neil Armstrong left 4 bags of poop on the moon. This is technically true. The Apollo landers didn't leave just their footprints on the moon. When Neil Armstrong landed on the moon in 1969, he also left 4 bags of poop there called defecation collective devices, along with other bags of human waste. Other astronauts who have been on the moon have also dumped some content there before their return trip to Earth. So yeah, there are bags of poop on the moon. Poop transplant is a thing. Fecal microbiota transplants are real, and they work. In this process, stool from a healthy person is placed in the colon of a person infected with C. diff. This has shown to help treat recurrent diarrhea associated with a C. diff bacterial infection, as well as have effectively treated inflammatory bowel disease. Researchers are working on alternate means of fecal transplant deliveries, like frozen poop or pills that can be administered orally. That doesn't mean you can try it at home. Please don't. Baby poop is weird. When a newborn baby poops for the first few times, if you have never seen it before, let us prepare you. Baby poop is as bizarre as it gets. Now, the first few stools of a baby are the result of nutrients that it consumes inside the womb. It is dark green, tar-like in color. The reason it is so different is because of these things the baby consumes in the womb: amniotic fluid, blood, skin cells, and mucus. People living in different parts of the world have different poop. Not very surprising. Different diets lead to different types of poop. However, the feces of people in the developing world are very different from those of people eating in a Western diet. The Western diet contains a lot less fiber, whereas vegetarians and developing countries have a lot of fibrous foods in their diets. A good amount of fiber in a diet leads to denser and bulkier poops. It comes out much more easily, whereas Western diet feces are much softer and the colon has to push harder to get them out. The ideal poop sinks. There is no ideal poop as such, but there are some characteristics of a healthy digestive system and microbiome. Under ideal conditions, your poop should be easy to pass, and it should take the form of a continuous log or two. More importantly, poop should sink, not float. A floating stool is a sign of poor nutrient absorption or excessive gas. If your poop isn't ideal, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are sick, but it might mean that you are not eating enough fiber or that your gut microbiome isn't in great shape. Poop is mostly bacteria. You might be under the impression that your poop is just the used-up remains of the food that you eat, but that is not entirely true. It is true that the remains are present, but 50 to 80% of your poop, excluding water, is bacteria that has been living in your intestines and was ejected as the food passed through. Most of the bacteria in the poop is still alive too. Along with bacteria, your poop also includes indigestible plant matter, like cellulose in vegetables, as well as your own tissue and water. Human poop could be a power source in the future. With the petrol and oil prices at a constant high, imagine if you could have an alternative to fuel up your vehicle. Well, a bus in Bristol, England has done exactly that. The bus is run entirely on household and human waste. The vehicle is powered by biomethane gas, created from sewage and food waste collected from local households. There is just one bus running this way right now, but hey, a pretty great idea, isn't it? We can't wait for this to become mainstream. When you climb Mount Everest, you are also climbing a mound of poop. We are not kidding. With so many people trying to reach the peak of the highest mountain in the world, you do need to do something about the poop situation. During the climbing season, local porters who work on Mount Everest have said that they schlep around 28,000 pounds of human waste each season. The sad part is that a lot of the waste matter is dumped into Gorak Shep, a frozen lake bed which now risks contamination of the local water supply. Worse, around 17,000 pounds of human waste is left on the mountain each season. So you indeed are walking over a mound of poop as you try to set a record for yourself. The longest recorded poop was 26 feet. Yeah. In 1955, a woman in Ann Arbor, Michigan, worked with nutritionists for an experiment. She ate a super fiber-rich diet in order to set a world record for the longest single excrement ever recorded. And she was successful. The woman successfully excreted a 26-foot continuous log of poop, the exact length of her colon. Weird flex, but okay. Which poopy fact fascinated you the most? Do you know of any more interesting poop facts? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and share it. Also, subscribe to our channel for more such fun content.